Hey everyone, Akash here, and I welcome you all to YouTube Dev channel. And in this series, we are going to learn about Vuex. Okay, so if you are learning Vuex, I hope you already know the basics of Vue.js, and if not, then don't worry because I have already got two playlists on Vue.js that you can for sure check in the description box. I will drop the link there. Okay, and in those playlists, I have also covered two projects. One is To Do app, and another one is Vue.js chat application using Firestore. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's get started. Okay, so I hope the screen is visible to you all. Okay, so let's start. What is Vuex? Okay, so Vuex is a state management pattern for Vue.js application. Okay, so it is basically a library that helps us to manage our global state in Vue.js, in our Vue.js application. Okay, so what is state? You can say that state is a data. Okay, state is any data that our application uses. Okay, with which we can like play around, or we can like perform operations on that state, and we can also render it on UI. Okay, so how Vuex manages it? Vuex does this with the help by providing us a centralized store for all the components in our application. Okay, so, what is store? Store is basically a place where you can find that global state. Okay, and state can be anything, whether it can be an object, an array, or a counter variable that you want to access globally across all the components. Okay, so why it is known as centralized? Because it's a single place where you can find the state basically. Okay, and that's why store is also known as a single source of truth, um, because at a particular time it holds the current final value of a state. Okay, that we are using current final value. Okay, so and if any component wants to access the slice of that state, it can simply get it from the store. Okay, so this is all about its definition. Okay, that what is Vuex. Now I have prepared some diagrams that I want to show you. Okay, so let's see them. Okay, so this is our first diagram in which you can see the parent component. Okay, and component 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, these are child to this parent component, and these are child to component 1 and 2, 1 and 3, and for sure parent component. Okay, so now if component 2 and 4 wants to access the data from parent component, then we have to send that data as props in first component 1, and then component 2 can access it from props. Okay, similarly over here also. And if our component 4 wants to update the data that is stored in parent component, then we have to emit an event upwards, and then we can update the data in parent component. Okay, um, for this whole example, you can also go and check out my Vue.js to do app tutorial, in which we have like use the same you can say framework, like use the same example. Okay, uh, and this is basically this is when we are not using Vuex, it is only with the help of Vue.js. And this is like props and events. It is very beneficial, very much beneficial for small application, and for large application it's not quite convenient. Okay, so now let's see where Vuex comes into the picture. Okay, so I hope sorry, the second diagram is also visible. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so let's take an example of a shopping cart. Okay, so in shopping cart we have our cart items. Okay, so we are going to store that cart items or the counter variables. Okay, cart item count, because as a global we want to access that as a globally across all the components, so we can store that in our store. Okay, and let us suppose we have these four components: dashboard, header, food details and cart. Okay, so our header component, our card component, they all can access the data stored in store. Okay, we can also mutate. Okay, we can also update the data of store. Okay, that is known as mutation. Okay, then we can also get the latest current changes. Okay, and one more thing, action. Whenever you are dealing with the asynchronous operation, their action comes into play. Okay, we first dispatch an action. Okay, with the payload. Yeah, sure. And then that action, it performs the mutation on the store. Okay, whether or not whether you are dealing with async operations or not, it is good to use action to mutate the store. It is a good practice basically. Okay, so Okay, one more thing that I want to tell you, that is, in this tutorial we are going to make a small shopping cart, okay, so that we can understand the concept of UX more clearly. Let's have a look at the shopping cart. Okay, so this is how our shopping cart will look like. Okay, there are 2 3 more components to it. Okay, but right now let's have a look at our shopping cart. Okay, so this entire shopping cart and this count we are going to manage with the help of UX. Okay, we can increment it, we can decrement it, and here it's the updations are also done. Okay, and um, and it's just, we are just making this shopping cart using the local data. Okay, no APIs are, we are not going to use any APIs over here, just local data. Okay, and you can just check out. Okay, so I hope this looks cool, and if you like this video then do give me a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you, stay tuned.